All right, well, the John Deere Predator swap. So, got some shackles from Tractor Supply. All right, that brought everything down enough to lower the motor. All right. Um, I sometimes I'll collect the old bed frames if they're the good ones from like 70s and earlier. The cheap ones are real thin. I don't usually keep those, but I'll use some of this stuff. And what I did here was, if you see, there's another shackle right there for the snubber. Okay, but I cut right here. Let me see if my fingy. Let's see if I get my fingy in here. So I cut that off, and then I took a piece of that right there, and I welded it flat. That way, it gave us enough room to get up tight, and it cleared our rectum fire. Okay, so relocate oil cooler, some aluminum stock, just custom fabricated, some kind of horse shit, just to get it relocated. Um, that's really it. The 780 Comet clutch, it's coming together. But the big thing that people were always having problems is it was sitting up too high. They were having problems with it cutting and hitting this and hitting that. Just when you look on the forum, it was just they weren't using a whole lot of common sense, I reckon. But anyway, that's the key. You get your shackles and then you weld them once you get them in place, and that will lower that motor down in there. And then it's just a matter of getting your measurement. Now, from the cradle to the edge of the block, it was about 2 1/8. Okay, so that's basically where you would want to get your starting point. The belts, it's I've got the number for the Gates belt. Um, don't have it yet. So anyway, well, that's it, man. Pretty straightforward. There's a little custom fab here, a little custom fab here. Actually, the cradle I cut around right there, around the fan. So as it sits in there, that cradle has been just notched enough to drop down in there. So that's another thing you want to do. Also, when the motor's out, there's a couple nubs that are sticking out for the factory bolt holes where they didn't, they didn't need them. So there's little nubs, and I ground those flush. Uh, Other than that, yeah, relocate the oil cooler up top a little bit there, blah blah blah. You know, it's it's gonna go pretty good, man. Nothing but a thing. Exhaust is always exhaust. Once again, so I mean, anytime you're doing any kind of hot rod, exhaust is always so. It's like if you take, originally I was gonna take and try to, run it, you know, back this way into the stock exhaust. It would have to go up and over and down, over, under, sideways, forward, down, squares, round. Um, I just put that on there, dinking with it. Actually, if I had a U bend and ran it right across, then this would still fit. It would still fit in here, nice and easy, and then it would run across. And so I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna get a U bend and then run it that way, right alongside the thing. And so it's still just hooking stuff up. Other than that, uh, just chilling.